this is the Legion Pro 5 and I'm quite excited to review it. Or you can say I was excited when I tested it. However, initially I wanted to review the Predator Helios Neo 16. That was my first priority, but sadly I couldn't arrange it for the review. Then I found this 2024 Legion Pro 5 on Amazon and thought, why not review? So today we will test this laptop inside and out to find out whether it's worth your money or not. So this laptop comes with Core i7 14650HX, which is a 8 performance, 8 efficient core and 24 thread CPU. And also it comes with the RTX 4060 GPU with 8GB of VRAM. Now looking at the other specs, it features a 16-inch 2560 by 1600 IPS panel, 16 gigs of single channel DDR5 RAM with a frequency of 5200 MHz, a 1TB of M.2 NVMe SSD, it's a Gen 4 one, and last but not least, Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2. So let's start with the build quality. It's a solid piece of tech with a really nice construction. The top is made of sleek aluminium while the bottom is durable plastic. It feels super sturdy and has a nice weight to it. There is just a tiny bit of flex in the display, but the keyboard deck and the lid are rock solid. So this part is only for people watching from Dehradun, Uttarakhand, and especially for Dehradun people. This laptop is provided to us by Digital Stores, which is one of the biggest laptop shop in Dehradun. Here you can find laptops from a lot of brands, including Asus, Lenovo, HP and Asus. They have exclusive brand stores, so you can get all the variants available at the best price. If you want to know more about the store, then all the details are given below in the description box, so make sure to check it out. One thing I love is the finish. It's pretty much resistant to scratch, which is a huge plus. The lid does tends to pick up fingerprints and oils, but you won't notice that problem on the rest of the laptop. And those feet on the bottom, they feel really solid and stick firmly in the place, giving you the extra stability. Now I've got to tell you about the hinges on this laptop. They are awesome. They move really smoothly and there is just a right amount of resistance so the screen doesn't wobble much and you can still open it with one hand, because it's pretty awesome. The layout is spacious, making it super easy to get used to. The keycaps are plastic, not too fancy but definitely not cheap. What I really like is the key travel and the satisfying tactile feedback you get with each press. However, the keys do require a bit of more force, which might get tiring after a while, and they aren't the most stable. On the bright side, typing noise is pretty low, so it's great for quiet environments. Alright, let's talk about the touchpad. It's pretty good overall. It's relatively large, but honestly it could have been bigger given the amount of space available on the deck. Even though it's made out of plastic, it feels high quality and smooth to touch. It tracks movement and gestures really well, and I had no issues with the palm rejection. However, dragging and dropping items over a long distance or zooming in and out of images doesn't always work perfectly. The buttons are satisfyingly clicky, but keep in mind, you can only click in the bottom half of the touchpad. Now let's take a closer look at the port selection on this laptop. First up, the USB-A ports on this side supports USB 3.2 Gen 2, which means they offers pretty fast data transfer speeds up to 10 GB. That's handy if you need to transfer large files quickly. Around the back, there are two more USB-A ports. These are USB 3.2 Gen 1, so they are a bit slower at 5 GB per second, but it's still pretty decent. One of these ports, the one closest to the power connector, is always on. This means you can charge your phone or other devices even when the laptop is in sleep mode. Now let's talk about the USB-C ports. Both of them supports USB 3.2 Gen 2 speeds and DisplayPort, which is great for connecting to external display. The USB-C ports on the back also support power delivery, which means you can use it to fast charge your laptop and other compatible device. So overall, the Legion Pro 5 offers a variety of ports with some nice features for different needs. Another important point I want to mention is that a lot of people watch my video, but only a few of them subscribe. So if you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. It really motivates me to do more better. Alright, so Lenovo's got two options for their WQXGA displays. Now the WQXGA in this display means a resolution of 2560 by 1600 pixels. Now for the display on this laptop, it's a 240Hz refresh rate with 500 nits of maximum brightness. Now let's talk about how it actually looks. I've been really impressed with the display on this device straight out of the box. The color accuracy is excellent, and any tiny inaccuracy in color and white balance are so minor. The color temperatures are almost perfect, which is great. The only thing I have noticed is that really dark scenes can sometimes appear a bit too dark. But overall, the display is fantastic and definitely good enough for tasks that requires precise color accuracy like photo and video editing. If you are into content creation, this screen won't let you down. Now let's talk about the processor in this laptop, the Core i7-14650HX. This new chip builds on the power of its predecessor, the Core i7-13700HX. It keeps the same setup with 8 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores, but with a slightly bump in clock speeds, reaching up to 5.2 GHz. No major architectural change is here, just a solid incremental upgrade. The performance is impressive. It outperforms the 13700HX by a solid 10%. You will see this pattern across all the benchmarks. In multi-core workloads, the 14650HX really shines, crushing the competition. It's the top performer in my test and most powerful CPU I've ever reviewed on this channel. These scores show just how capable the 14650HX is. It can handle nearly anything you throw at it. While the single-core performance is on par with the multi-core, AMD systems do have edge in power efficiency. But looking at the benchmarks, it's clear that this CPU is just awesome. But how does this all matters to you if you don't understand the benchmarks? So, based on my experience with the performance, I've been using the Premiere Pro and the DaVinci Resolve for video editing, and the experience is really smooth. It can easily handle multiple 4K layers effortlessly. It also performs excellently with heavy Blender workloads and any task in 3D softwares like AutoCAD or Unreal Engine. For coding, designing, and general productivity tasks, it's impressively fast. Now we will talk about the RTX 4060 and how it performs in some gaming benchmarks. For this, the first game we tested was Forza Horizon 5 on Ultra settings, and this time we tested it at 2 resolutions. At 1080p, we got around 230 FPS, which is very impressive for the RTX 4060, and at 2560 pixels, it provided around 160 FPS. Talking about the next game, it's the Red Dead Redemption 2, where we got around 71 FPS at 1080p resolution and around 52 FPS at 2560 pixels. In tests with other games, we also observed quite good performance. Although it does not provide high-end gaming performance, it will deliver excellent results for mid-level gaming. Now let's talk a bit about the internal system and cooling. So looking on the inside, there are 2 fans on the both sides of the device, and there is also a heat pipe set between the CPU and the GPU. Additionally, there is one more dedicated to each of them. There is also a third heat pipe for the graphic memory and the VRMs. If I talk about the temperatures, to test the CPU, I ran Prime 95 and Cinebench 2024 together to put heavy stress on the CPU. For the GPU test, I replaced Prime 95 with Firmware and ran it for a few minutes. These temperatures might seem high, but let me tell you, this is when the laptop was tested under extreme condition at maximum load. Normally, no application puts this much stress on the system, so during regular use, you will see a difference of about 6 to 7 degrees lower. Now talking about the sound quality of the speaker, I found it to be average, with slightly low bass, but the sound was clear. So if you are using it in a quiet environment, there won't be any issue. However, in a crowded area, you will need to use headphones. The battery is a big 80 Wh pack. For everyday activities such as online surfing and viewing videos, the battery may last for about 4 hours. However, when gaming, you should expect an average battery life of around 2 hours, according to the game you are playing. As of making this review, you can grab this laptop for around 1,54,000 on Amazon. So all in all, this laptop packs really powerful hardware for development work or professional production. But when it comes to the gaming, it's a more of a mid-range all-rounder gaming laptop. So if you are looking to buy this just for gaming, then look somewhere else. But if you need a powerful laptop for productive work in any professional setting, be it 3D work, AutoCAD, video editing, AI/ML development, VFX and music production, then you can go with this laptop. This is the best one you can get at this price. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe. Peace out.